Hi, my name is Martin Phan, and I'm a field CTO here at CloudCasa. And in this video, I'll be showing you a backup and restore of a containerized VM residing in Red Hat OpenShift Virtualization. So let me just give you a lay of the land here. And what I'm running is a Red Hat OpenShift cluster with virtualization. And here I have a virtual machine called Ciro's Demo that I would like to back up. And the first thing that I would need to do is go into CloudCasa and register that cluster by going into the clusters overview section. And here I can see an add cluster button, which I can use to give my cluster a name. In this case, I can call this Red Hat OpenShift cluster and select register. And this would give me the necessary kubectl apply statement that I can use to install the agent on that cluster. Once the agent's installed, I'm going to be able to verify that the agent pod in the cluster is running and the cluster has moved into an active state, as I can see here with this OCP cluster that is now listed as active. Next, we'll be defining a backup by clicking on the cluster itself and selecting Define Backup from the menu. And here I'm going to be able to drill down into my cluster and select the VM resources that I would like to protect. And in this case, I'm going to be protecting the VM called Ciro's Demo. And now at this point, I can add this backup to a schedule policy, but I'll just skip to the last screen here and provide a backup job name called Ciro's Demo Backup. Now I can jump back to my dashboard to check out the activity log for the running backup job. Upon completion of the backup job, I can now perform a restore to the same or different Red Hat OpenShift Virtualization cluster. And here I'm going to be clicking on the cluster restores page, and I'll define a new restore of the VM that was backed up from my OCP cluster by selecting the source cluster that contains the snapshot, and then you can see the latest snapshot copy that I have here in my list of recovery points. I can select that. I'll select the VM that I want to restore by drilling down into the default menu under virtual machines and selecting my Ciro's Demo virtual machine as the virtual machine that I want to restore. I'll restore this back to the existing cluster while performing restore transformations of renaming the namespace with a -restored suffix, as well as leaving my VM in a halted state upon the completion of the restore job. And I can run the restore just by simply giving my restore job a name. And we can monitor the activity of that restore through the activity details log. So you can see here that my restore is successful with the number of persistent volume claims and the number of namespaces restored equal to 1. And if I jump back to my Red Hat OpenShift user interface, I can see that a new Ciro's Demo VM has been allocated residing in a namespace that was the default with a -restored suffix, and it is in a stop state. So if you're hosting your VM virtual infrastructure within Red Hat OpenShift Virtualization, CloudCasa can help you simplify your data protection by allowing you to perform backups and restores at the VM level. By selecting the VMs that you would like to backup and restore, CloudCasa offers this simplified model and strategy for protecting those assets. If you'd like to learn more, please feel free to visit our website at cloudcasa.io and sign up for your free account of CloudCasa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.